4b. Cultural differences. A culture is the way of life in a particular society. Cultural differences means the different ways of life that you find in different countries and different places, different parts of the world. 1. Reading. A. Discuss. Think of gestures. Gestures, movements that you do with your hands to express a feeling. Or customs. Customs are behaviors, things that you do that are accepted in your society, that exist, that you do or have in your country. And do you think they are the same everywhere around the world? One of the customs that we have in Saudi Arabia, not all people do this, but many people do, they eat food using bare hands, not spoons. And this doesn't exist everywhere around the world, of course not. B. Guess the answers to the questions below, then read and check your answers. 1. How do Saudis perfume? Perfume. When you perfume something, you give it a nice smell. Their houses and clothes, they burn something. When you burn something, you put it on fire. Or do they light candles? Light candles. What do they do? Well, I am Saudi and I know that we burn bukhur. 2. What's a common way for people in Belgium? Common way, a lot of people do it. To greet each other. When you greet someone, you meet him or meet her and you say hi and hello, shake hands. What do they do in Belgium? Do they kiss 3 times on the cheek? This part of the body is the cheek. Left cheek and right cheek. Or do they shake hands? Well, I don't think they shake hands because this is international. This is everywhere around the world, not only in Belgium. I think in Belgium they kiss on the cheek. And what does pulling the skin down under your eye mean in Japan? Like this. This man is pulling the skin down under his eye. And this means something is boring, something is tedious, not interesting, or something is interesting, something attracts your attention. I think it means you're bored, something is boring. Now, let's read and find out. They do it differently. We know what feels normal and right to do in our culture, the right thing to do, but other cultures have customs and gestures that are different, and they may seem strange to us. When we see them, we think they are unusual. So it's easy to misunderstand someone. When you misunderstand, you fail to understand the correct meaning. You understand something wrong from a culture that is different from our own, from our culture. Here are a few examples. This was written by John, and John is from Boston. He says, while I was in Saudi Arabia on a business trip, I was there for work, not for pleasure. I was invited to a Saudi friend's house. Invited, somebody asked me to come and visit in their house for lunch. It was the first time I had been to a Saudi house, the first time I go there to a Saudi house, and I was impressed. I was really surprised and amazed by the spectacular decoration. It was amazing decorations. Everything was arranged. The room looked nice. At lunchtime, my friend Ibrahim showed me into the dining room. A dining room is a room where people eat lunch or dinner, where I met his 4 sons. The boys were talking cheerfully, full of joy. about their day when a man came in the room silently, without making a sound, silently, and he was carrying a beautiful cup. When you carry, you hold something in your hand and you move it with you, with something burning in the cup. I was curious. I really wanted to know about it. I was about to ask. I almost asked. I was ready to ask Ibrahim to tell me more about it when a wonderful smell interrupted my thoughts. When you interrupt something or someone, you make him stop. This stopped my thoughts, the ideas in my head. Ibrahim explained, he made it clear to me that it is a custom, it is an accepted behavior. A lot of people do it in Saudi Arabia to burn bakhur, a kind of scented wood. This is the definition of bakhur. What is bakhur? Bakhur is a kind of scented wood, wood that has a nice smell, to create, to make the atmosphere, the surrounding in your house pleasant, nice. It is also polite. It is something nice to do, to use bakhur when you have guests, when you have people in your house, visitors. Next, Jack from Madison. I'm from Wisconsin. Oh, is he from Wisconsin or from Madison? Well, Madison is a city in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a state in the United States of America. And when we meet someone for the first time, we usually shake hands, just like everywhere around the world. Well, I had a big surprise in Belgium when I was introduced, when I met for the first time my friend's brother. Something occurred, something happened which made me feel uncomfortable. I felt embarrassed. I said hi to him, extending my hand. I was trying to reach his hand to shake it, just like we always do. And he came up to me and kissed me on the cheek. Not once, but 3 times, going from one cheek to the other. A kiss on the left, a kiss on the right, a kiss on the left, 3 times. Of course, I went red. I was blushing. My skin color changed. I was embarrassed. I felt uncomfortable. And they started laughing at me, making fun of me. In Belgium, it is common to greet someone by kissing 3 times. That is a normal thing. It is a custom in Belgium. Now, Peter from Miami. Last year, I was invited to Japan by my friend Daiki. On the second day of my visit, Daiki asked me if I wanted to go to his house for dinner, and of course I said yes, I would love to come. It was really enjoyable, fun, but halfway through the night, in the middle of my visit, I got something in my eye. Something was stuck in my eye and I couldn't see. So I tried to remove it, get it away, move it away from my eye with my finger. Daiki's brother saw me and he got really upset. He was mad. He was unhappy. I couldn't understand why though. Despite the fact that I tried to know, I couldn't. I asked Daiki why his brother was angry with me, and he told me that in Japan, when you pull the skin down under your eye, it shows that you find something boring. Later in the evening, I apologized. I said that I was sorry to Daiki's brother and tried to clear up, explain the misunderstanding. He failed to understand me, but I am not sure he believed me. He thought I was lying. Peter, Miami. Okay, we chose the correct answer here, so let's move on to exercise C. Read again if you need to and answer the questions. Why did they use bakhur in Ibrahim's house? Well, it is a custom in Saudi Arabia to create a pleasant, a nice atmosphere. How did John first react? When you react, you respond when he saw bakhur burning. Well, he was curious. He really wanted to know what it was. Why did Jack extend his hand? He was trying to shake the hand of his friend's brother and say hi. How did Jack feel when the man kissed him? He felt uncomfortable. He went red. He was blushing. Not a good feeling. Why did Peter pull the skin down under his eye? Well, something was in his eye and he was trying to remove it. What did Peter do after the misunderstanding? He apologized, but the man didn't believe him. Now, choose the correct meaning, A or B. Silently. What does silently mean? It means without making a sound. He was about to do something. He almost did it. He was ready to do it. Something occurred, something happened. When you remove something from your eye, you take it out, you don't cover it. Cover it means you place something on it. You take it out of your eye. When you clear up the misunderstanding, you explain why you did it. You didn't pull the skin down under your eye to be rude or because you're bored. No, something was stuck in it. Now, have any misunderstandings like the ones in the text ever happened to you? Well, not exactly like these, but this is a true story about me. When I was a little kid, I didn't know that if your guest shook his coffee cup, that means he's had enough coffee. So I kept pouring. When you pour coffee, that means you put more in the cup. I didn't know that the guest didn't want more coffee, and I embarrassed myself. Have you heard of any misunderstanding happening to other people? Well, yes, I know someone who pointed at people using his finger when he was in India. And in India, this is considered rude. You know, it's impolite to point at people using your finger. You should use your chin or use your whole hand, not just a finger. To tell somebody that you want, okay, I want that. You don't use your finger, you use your whole hand or your chin. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I'll see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.